William Hung's Champion by Choice, Chapter 6. Your stories are valuable. You have a story to tell. You may or might not know exactly what the central message of that story is or the right way to tell it, but everyone has something to share with the rest of us. If others were gathered to hear you tell them the most important lesson you have learned during your time on the planet, what would you tell them? You probably know that stories help us build connections professionally and personally. As human beings, we love stories. Stories about overcoming adversity, stories about crazy failures, or stories about current events. The truth is, this world is filled with people waiting for insight from those who have examined their own lives and mined their own experience. It takes courage, of course, to stand in front of an audience and share your message. There's naturally a risk that you might be rejected. But there's another fear that I want you to consider. It's the fear of watching your dreams slip away because you were afraid of rejection. Now that you have competing fears, ask yourself, which is the greater one? Are you more afraid of disapproval or of failing to realize your potential? If it's the former, maybe it's time to let go of those dreams. If, however, it's the latter, there's hope of turning those dreams into reality and ultimately exploring and realizing your potential. I know because I've been there myself as a young man who dramatically bombed his audition on American Idol in front of a national television audience. A bomb that has been viewed more than 5 million times on YouTube. But what looked like an humiliating failure actually turned out to be my greatest opportunity. We should have a drinking game every time that he mentions American Idol. I think we'd be pretty drunk if we did that. As a result of that failed attempt, I got a taste of fame. I got a recording contract. I got parts in a movie and on the critically acclaimed television series Arrested Development. None of that would have happened had I not taken a chance and failed. If you didn't watch Arrested Development, it was, I think, the 3rd season. They were on the Judge Reinhold court TV show, and it was a hung jury, and William Hung got to sing. I could have taken a different route. It would have been much easier and simply stay in bed the next day, unplug the phone, and wallow in self-pity. But instead, I embraced what happened. Then I accepted each opportunity that came my way and made the best of it. I cannot take back my American Idol audition and the negative publicity that came with it. Some people will love me and others will hate me. I feel like I'm unintentionally very polarizing. It's based on other people's first impressions of me and what they read from the internet or public news. I'm inspired by the words Oscar Wilde wrote, "What seems to us bitter trials are often blessings in disguise." Taking a big risk and failing publicly is my story. I've met many others who have had negative experiences and found inspiration in mine, such as Darren Tay, 2016 Toastmasters World Champion of Public Speaking from Singapore, who had to deal with bullying for many years during his childhood. The knowledge that I can bring others hope brings me joy. I have leveraged my story to become a speaker, which allows me to share my message with people I would otherwise never have encountered. I've spoken to companies, associations, and schools. Then it didn't take long before I found other ways that I can make valuable use of my story, such as helping other speakers develop their signature talk, improve their delivery, and become more impactful. I work to become a professional speaking coach, and I help entrepreneurs and professionals to shift their perspectives to see the opportunities in failure by changing their mindset. I aim to help others discover self-confidence so that they feel empowered to overcome their fears, realize their dreams, and take risks. I benefit enormously from such work. I am extremely grateful for the roller coaster that brought me here, so my story might inspire people to live the life they really want. You too have a story to tell. If you do not want to have suffered humiliation or defeat in vain, take that failure and turn it on its head. Learn from it and share it with others. It just might be your greatest victory. In the next chapter, I'll explain how. Next chapter is called Leveraging Failures and Frustrations